You have written your first function is even, but writing it did absolutely nothing. Not one line of it has run yet. To make a function act, you have to call it. And here is the surprising part. The moment you call it, the call vanishes. The whole thing is even of 3 is quietly replaced by a single value, false, in exactly the way 3 plus 2 is replaced by 5. Today we watch that substitution happen, one step at a time. So how do you actually call a function? You have done it many times already, just with functions Python gives you, like max, abs, and len. Calling one you wrote yourself is no different. You write the function's name, follow it with a pair of parentheses, and inside those parentheses, you place the inputs the function expects. Our isEven function expects exactly one input, the number we want to test. So to test the number 3, we write isEven, followed by 3 inside parentheses. The instant Python reaches this call, it jumps into the function body, runs the code inside, and reaches a return. Whatever value that return hands back is given straight to whoever made the call, and that value completely replaces the call itself. Why does the call simply disappear like that? Think back to plain expressions. When Python sees 3 plus 2, it evaluates it and replaces the entire expression with its value, 5. From then on, there is no 3, no plus, no 2, only 5. A function call behaves in exactly the same way. It is not arithmetic being evaluated this time. It is lines of code, but the outcome is identical. The call runs, produces a single value, and that value takes its place. So isEven of 3 evaluates to false because 3 is odd and the call becomes false. Call it on an even number instead, say isEven of 4, and the call becomes true. A function call is really just an expression that happens to run your code. Here is the complete program, and it has just 2 pieces. First, the definition of isEven, the function we wrote earlier. Then, below it, the function call. Look carefully at the indentation. The call sits at the very same level as the word def, all the way against the left margin, not tucked inside the function. That detail matters. The call is not part of the function. The definition only describes the function. The call, standing outside it, is what actually puts that function to use. Definition on top, call at the bottom, both lined up on the left together. Before we trace it, one important distinction. Up in the definition, the I inside the parentheses is called a formal parameter. It is a placeholder, an abstract stand-in. When we wrote the body, we had no actual number in hand. We simply assumed that someone will eventually supply a value for I, and we wrote the code as if we already knew it. It is like a quiz that says, assume you're given some number. Now write the code. Down in the call isEven of 3. That 3 is something completely different. It is not a placeholder. It is a real, tangible value, an actual object. We call it the actual argument. The formal parameter is the empty slot. The actual argument is what you drop into that slot. Now let us trace exactly what Python does. At the definition, Python does almost nothing. It simply stores the function in memory under the name isEven and moves on. Nothing runs. Then Python reaches the call isEven of 3. First, it looks at the input and it sees a value, the number 3. Next, it asks the function, what parameters do you take? Just one, called I, so Python maps them one by one. It binds the formal parameter I to the actual value 3. Now it steps into the body and replaces every I with 3. Our body is a single line, so I mod 2 is equal to 0 becomes 3 mod 2 is equal to 0. 3 mod 2 leaves a remainder of 1, and the 1 is not 0, so this evaluates to false. The function returns false, and the instant it returns, Python leaves the function. The entire call isEven of 3 is now replaced by false. There is one catch. Run this program exactly as it stands, and you will see nothing. The console stays completely empty. Why? Because a bare function call sitting alone on a line is just like writing the long word false on a line by itself. Python computes it and then throws it away. It is never shown. To actually see the result, we have to do something with it. The simplest useful thing is to print it. We wrap the call inside a print statement. Print of is even of 3. Python evaluates the inside first. Is even of 3 becomes false, so the line effectively turns into print of false. And the print does show its argument, so at last the console displays false. The rule is simple. Calling computes a value. Printing is what makes that value visible. Step back and notice what we have really done. Our code now lives in 2 clean halves. One half defines the function, the reusable piece that does the actual work. The other half uses it by making calls. That separation is the whole point. You write the function once and you debug it once. After that, you can call it as many times as you like on any input and trust it every single time. Without functions, you will be copying and pasting that same block of code all over your program. Every copy is a fresh place for a bug to hide and a headache to fix whenever the logic changes. Write it once, call it forever. To practice what you just learned, this course has free exercises and AI-graded feedback on ludium.ai. The link is in the description.